Name is Justo the MC from Brooklyn, New York, East New York to be exact. Happy to be here. Growing up, I always had a soundtrack playing in the background. It was always, different genres, different kind of music. So, it could have been from Sade to Mary J. Blige, Earth, Wind and Fire, Biggie. It was just that different where it was just all kind of genres. My parents played all the time, and even gospel, So I was always doing something to a soundtrack. There was always music playing. Growing up, it didn't really hit me until high school, when everyone was like doing the freestyle battles and stuff, and I got into that. But growing up, I never really thought like, oh, I want to be a rapper, or I want to be a singer. I always liked it, but I never thought about it until I got to high school. So it's kind of interesting how I would say music kind of found me. I wasn't really looking for music, to be honest. Some of the first artists that really captivated me was Eminem and DMX. And I thought it was like, it was music I probably shouldn't have been listening to at the time, but, I had family friends and stuff that would play, certain songs, and, I just remember hearing it and being like, whoa, like, it took me, I felt their stories, like it took me to a whole different place, you know what I mean? So I think those kind of artists, Jay-Z, Biggie, artists that told stories, something that's kind of lacking in music now, it helped me to kind of like, as I got older, kind of put me in a place where I felt almost safe, because I got to be in their lives instead of like worried about what was going on in mine. It kind of was an escape, but I could also relate to them in certain ways too. So it was interesting. High school, I think I was 14 or 15. At the time, this was like 2005, 2004. So at the time, remember, rap battles were huge. I think Smack DVD was like really coming out. So everyone wanted to rap battle. And I was writing rhymes at home, but I never thought to actually rhyme it in front of people. And one of my friends was just like, man, just go do it. I just rhymed for him, and he was like, yo, you should go downstairs and spit. So I went downstairs, I did it, and everyone was like, yo, you need to be down here every day. So it turned into that, from me rap battling to joining with like other rappers in my crew, and in the school, and yeah, it just turned into something bigger than I expected. A group of the guys were just like, yo, we could like do records. Like we could, like we're good. Like we could actually like rap together as a group. And so from then on, it was just songwriting. Most of my battles were written anyway. It was like we put it together, and then we would come and try to see who had the better written, or sometimes they would try to freestyle. But it was written anyway, so I was always into like writing music. So it didn't last long. Freestyle battles did not last long. I started writing, and I just felt like it was a better thing. Then I started recording. So as a group, I started performing at different spots. The Pyramid. I would go to like showcases, different showcases and stuff around the city. My mom kind of thought it was a joke, because like I said, I never rapped for anybody growing up, so she thought it was a joke. I let her hear a record I did. She listened to all the other guys, and she was like, she heard me, and she was like, you might be okay. So the more I did it, I think the more they weren't comfortable with it at first, like as far as just like they didn't know if I was good or not. But the more I did it, and the more like I showed I was serious about it, the more they've been supportive ever since. So I can never say anything bad about my family. They've always supported me. It's like a painter, like you get a canvas and you get to put whatever you want on that canvas. You know what I mean? And that's what a beat does for me with music. You get a beat and you get to paint whatever picture you want on it. You get to say whatever you want. You get to structure it however you want. It's not like school where you got to write a paper a certain way, or you got to do something a certain way. You can literally, do things the way you want to do it. And then the other side of it is connecting with people, and people hear it, and you never really realize until people actually hear it, and then they come to you and they're like, that really, I was really feeling that. Like I've been through that before, or that vibe got me feel it. It makes me always want to dance, or it makes me always want to like be in a good space. So I think those two aspects of music is no topping that. Definitely when I put out It's Our Year is a song that I did with my manager at the time, my big homie, my OG in the game, Vic Black. He helped me put out this record called It's Our Year, and DJ Premier was actually in the video. And we did it at a record store, A1, I believe in Alphabet City. And so people really gravitated to it. You know, we were getting love from everywhere. And then to top that off, we had performed at Foley Square, where we did Occupy. Remember they had Occupy Wall Street, and we performed there, and that was like right after Isaiah came out. So things started feeling like, yeah, that was like, I would say that was one of the first times I felt like, man, like we're actually like, you know, moving in a good direction. Not the average person gets to sit here and talk about, you know, what they've done in any aspect of their life, you know. So to be able to for people to care about what I'm doing and to be able to talk in front of people and my opinion actually matter, you know, that means a lot, because I feel like there's a lot of people that want a voice, that need a voice, they don't have that voice. So for me to be able to, you know, have a platform to, you know, with all the things that go on, to have a platform to actually say something and people listen, I mean, it you know, it doesn't get better than that. I'm an adamant Brooklyn MC. So what I mean by that is like the J's, the Biggies. I would even say a New York MC where the Big L's, the Nas's, all those impactful names, you know, KRS-One, those names that you hear and you're like, that's New York, that's a legend. That's all I want. Like, I want people, when they say my name, like, it's gonna go on that list of like, yeah, Justo, one of those dudes. He's one of those powerhouse names from in New York history when it comes to, you know, the LL Cool J. It's just names you hear, you already know that's New York, that's greatness. That's all I want, honestly.